Hi, this is the Views Muffin, and today I'm doing a quick guide for the normal first wing of Naxxramas on Hearthstone. This isn't meant to be a complete strategy guide, more an overview of the wing itself and how I beat it.
Versus Anub'Rekhan.
Welcome to my parlor for Doomhammer.
At the start of this first match, the enemy tries to flood the board. He's helped out by his hero ability, which allows him to summon a 3/1 once a turn. He also uses these couple of minions at the start that cause you to have to spend more mana for your minions, and uses charge minions and minions that duplicate. So what he's trying to do is flood the board with a lot. What you'll be tempted to do is to go back with a bunch of small minions, but I would suggest using removal at the start rather than flooding the board with small minions, because once you reach turn 7 he starts to use Locust Swarm, which allows him to deal 3 damage to all enemies on the board, and then restore 3 health to himself. It seems like he has more than 2 of these as well. He's not subject to the limit of 2 cards. Here you see he plays a Shade of Naxxramas, which he just hides, luckily behind my taunt. Basically what I've had to do is kind of ignore some of the enemies in Naxxramas, and until I got my Lightning Storm and had big minions on the board, I was pretty helpless. So here you can see finally the minions are starting to live through his attacks, and then he'll eventually force himself by attacking into them. Here's where I use the Lightning Storm to clear him up, but luckily I have extra spell damage because my spell damage Shaman, which allowed me to beat the adventure first time each trial. I'll put the deck in the description of this video if you want to take a look at it. And basically I just try to ignore his minions because they are smaller and they're not bigger, so once you get to this point you can just damage him down really quick, but it takes quite a while. And for defeating this wing, you get the Haunted Creeper, which is that spider you saw earlier, the 1/2 for 2 mana that summons 2 1/1s upon death.
Faerlina.
My acolytes serve me without question.
For Doomhammer.
This boss also has a relatively simple mechanic. What you want to try to do throughout the fight is avoid this Rain of Fire, which when you have more cards in your hand, it does more damage to you. So what you want to do is you want to really unload your cards and get them out of your hands if possible. It helped me out because I have a lot of spells in my deck, so it wasn't really a problem getting rid of cards all the time. The only problem I seemed to run into was my overload was getting in the way. So she starts off with his Dancing Sword, which is a strong opening as well. It's a 4/4 for 2 mana, and usually uses the coin to get it out of there. So you see here me just wasting cards almost, even though I know I'm not going to kill the swords. But I'm just trying to get rid of the cards in my hand. So I want to be down to 2, so then the Rain of Fire can't actually kill my minions. I made that mistake at the start. So taunts really help because I can ignore, again, the minions that are on the board. It seems like she will try to attack and get rid of all your minions before and keep cards in your hand. She has a lot of cards that give you cards, like the couple of Dancing Swords, which when they die they give you cards. And as a reward for this fight we get Web Lords, which are 2 mana 1/4s, and they make minions with battle cries cost 2 more mana. Now we're at the final boss of the first wing, and what this character has a lot of poison effects, so these Cobras can be a little bit annoying because whatever they attack dies, no matter how much health it has. The hero ability is 3 mana and it returns one of your minions on your board to your hand. What I found helped was minions like my Drake, which draw me an extra card, and especially my Fire Elementals, because each time they come back down they can do 3 extra damage on the board. So I basically threw down a lot of minions, so then I wouldn't be left empty-handed. The totems really help for this, so you can see I have a Spell Power totem in my hand. If you keep playing them back down, there's a chance that they will be sent back to your hand. It seems like when you have a lot of minions on the board, the AI is more likely to send things back to your hand, so it really helped out. These spiders, it tries to flood the board here with a bunch of spiders, and next turn it's going to try to kill them. Don't try to remove them. The computer will try to remove them itself. So what I tried to do was I tried to keep on card drawing until I got my wolves, and then right after here, when it runs everything into my fire elemental, and gets the board full of spiders, even though you can see here it reincarnates this last spider, even though it doesn't have any advantage. My guess is that it's just programmed to do this for that specific encounter. So once you put the wolves down, it really messes over the AI, and they'll just run straight into the wolves, and you can, again, ignore the minions put down by the computer. And just put down extra minions just in case, so the web doesn't remove your fire elemental if you're copying this deck as well. And it's pretty easy. This next turn you'll see they'll all run into my wolves, and I'll be fine. And as you can see, I made it through that fine, and my fire elemental is up, so I have lots of opportunity to finish him off. And for completing this encounter, you get the Nerubian Egg, which is a 0/2 for, I believe, 2 mana, but when it dies, it summons a 4/4, which can be really good on, say, a zoo deck or something like that. And after defeating all of this, you get a Maexxna herself, which is a 2/8, and then anything attacked by it dies, similar to the Cobras. That's the end of the normal mode of Naxxramas. Please subscribe if you want to see more of these. Next, I'll be doing the Druid and Rogue challenges as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.